नित्यानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं सदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं तद्गुरुं Yes, Nityananda, all of you?
Nithyananda, welcome.
So we just received the darshan of Swamiji, and Swamiji has been revealing the 6 types of Paramasatya, Paramadata, to live in the 6 levels. Understand that not only cognitive level or emotional level, but all the 6 levels when you live: cognitive level, emotional level, social level, moral level, spiritual level, environmental level. When we live all, uh, every level will live the truth, the Paramadata. Only then the whole fulfillment is experienced. Ignoring other part is not going to give the full fulfillment. So with this, let's enter into the power manifestation round. So requesting all of you, we have a lot of participants who have just received the darshan of Swamiji. And so this is the right time when we start manifesting the powers of Paramashiva, the powers of third eye. So let's directly jump into the power manifestation. We'll be manifesting the powers of third eye, seeing picture blindfolded. So let's get ready. We'll be projecting an image through the power of third eye. You'll be covering your eyes with the blindfold, or if you don't have the blindfold, you'll be covering your eyes with the piece of cloth. And through the power of third eye, see what is being revealed to you in as much as detail as possible, whether it is a form, color, the object itself, or anything even related to the object. So let's get ready.
Yes, requesting everyone to please settle down. There's a few participants here in the room which are not yet on camera. So please join back in. Weng Chi Sin, Rui Shu Deng, Leah, Ma Nitya Shulini Durga, Ma Nara Yogini, Wang Xiaoyan, Luchi, and Ma Su Weiping. Just join back in and join us for the power manifestation. Get your blindfolds. Yes, great. Get your blindfold or any opaque cloth, anything that can cover your eyes, and get ready. The image is already prepared, so let's settle down and get ready for the power manifestation. We'll wait just a few more moments for everyone to tie the blindfold. Also, Ma Jima and Ma Sangananda, Ma Nithyaнаrisha. Let's get ready and join for the power manifestation. Yes, great. The participants are tying the blindfold and getting ready. Naturally, we invite also all the YouTube viewers and all the other social media platforms to join us for the power manifestation. Even if you're not into wave, you can still participate and manifest the powers of Paramashiva.
So now you can sit with your eyes closed, head, neck, spine in a straight line, and visualize Swamiji in your inner space. The sweetest moment that you cherish in your inner space, that Swamiji, the form that you cherish. And visualize His infinite grace showering upon you. Now, start to unclutch from every single thought, whatever comes, just unclutch. Nothing is more important than being in the space of that pure unclutched space, that nirvikal samadhi. If you feel there's something to attend, just unclutch. If there is desire to open your eyes, or even to move your hand, or to get up from your seat, just unclutch. Go on unclutching. Now let's start chanting the Mahavakya. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Keep chanting the Mahavakya. And with that deep feeling connection with Bhagavan, let's enter into the manifestation. The image is now being projected. Let's begin.
Paramashivoham Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham
Now, slowly, very slowly, you can remove your eyelids. Yes, you can remove your eyelids and open your eyes. And with that deep feeling connection with Bhagavan, let us share what was revealed to you. Remember, it is your deep feeling connection with Bhagavan that lets you manifest this power. So, and remember again, remove all the loads that you feel that while power manifestation, whether you have to manifest, it is Swamiji who is manifesting through you. So, without any hesitation, without any judgment, just go on sharing.
Yes, share with as much detail as possible. Any notion, any insights, any revelations you had during this manifestation, just share it. As we give a few moments for everyone to share before we enter into the review, into the verification step.
Yes, please go ahead and share whatever was revealed to you, whether you heard some sound, whether you had some visuals or images, even one image or multiple images. Do not ignore anything, or even if you had some feeling, some experience. So please go ahead and share. All right, so now we'll be actually entering into the verification. We'll be projecting the image that we had shown before so that we can verify. And if you are still sharing, please go ahead and share. Yes, as you can see, it's a house near the beach. You can see it's a beautiful house. You can see the tables, you can see the round chairs and beautiful. And just outside the window you can see the beach. So with various colors, yes. So thank you all for being a part of this power manifestation. Again and again, remember that it is the power manifestation takes you closer to Swamiji. It grows oneness in you. So now we have been, of course, even during the power manifestation, we have been talking about unclutching. So next we'll be entering into the session, which is going to be by Swamiji, the revelation on unclutching. Be unclutched. So any questions you have regarding the unclutching, have the deep listening. So let's enter into this revelation by Swamiji on be unclutched.
Let me express a main word, key word. I can call this word as Mahavagya. Mahavakya, the word which you need to completely understand. Maybe modern day Mahavakya. The word is unclutched. Be unclutched. That is the Mahavakya. Now, let us try to analyze, understand and internalize this one truth, one Mahavakya. We have beautiful different Mahavakyas in Vedic tradition. Aham Brahmasmi Tattvamasi. So many wonderful Mahavakyas. Ayam Anma Brahma, Prajnanam Brahmam, Sarvangalvidam Brahmam. These are all different Mahavakyas. Be unclutched. What do I mean by the word being unclutched? Let me try to explain it with a simple diagram. How continuously our mind is working and how we are clutching, connecting and creating a life or suffering. How we are creating the ignorance or depression. Let me describe. Then you will be able to understand what do I mean by the word unclutching. Please come back if you have changed the channel in between. Now it is time. We enter into the Satya, the truth. The real experience of Atato Brahma Jignasat happening. Means let us inquire into the reality and have courage to go into the experience wherever the reality leads. How our mind works, how we create thoughts and how we give meaning to it and how we experience life. A simple diagram. I'll try to explain. For example, the thoughts are happening in your system. These are all different thoughts. I'm just trying to give kind of a diagram. Different shape, different size, different length or different width, different kinds of thoughts. Sometimes thought is about some joyful experience which you had. Sometimes some suffering which you had, or sometimes some guilt thoughts, or sometimes again some joyful memories, sometimes some painful memories, then again some depressing memories, sometime again then some suffering, different thoughts. If you just do a simple experiment, just for 5 minutes, if you write whatever comes without editing, as it is, whatever goes inside, without editing, as it is, and read that page again, suddenly you will realize you are nothing but a bunch of unconnected, independent, illogical, unclutched thoughts. Please understand. The thinking flow which is happening inside you is not logically connected. For example, if you see a dog in the street, suddenly you will remember the dogs which you have seen when you were a child, or the dogs about which you used to be afraid. You are frightened. Then you will remember your childhood days. Then you will remember the teacher under whom you studied. Then you will remember the place where the teacher stayed. the thought chain, the link will go on. But there is no logical connection between the dog which you saw in front of you in the street and the teacher with whom you studied when you were young. Of course, both of them barked at you, shouted at you. There is no logical connection. Suddenly from where the mind moves to where, there is no logical connection. If you study deeply, when you go back to your house, try this experiment just for 5 minutes. Just for 5 minutes, keep alarm, pen down whatever comes. If you think no thoughts are coming, write that also. Whatever goes inside, like the West, they have a dragon software. All the doctors use for medical transcription. Whatever you speak, it will transcribe. I also use some time for writing books. If your mind is connected to a dragon software, how it will transcribe? Transcribe the same way. Whatever goes on inside, with the same kind of grammatical errors, or same accent, or the same pronunciation, or same words, even if it does not make any sense, just pen down. Suddenly you will see you are nothing but a bunch of independent, illogical, unconnected, unclutched thoughts. You do not know why particular thought is raising after a particular thought. There is no logical reason. There is no logical reason. Just something arises, and then next something else is arising. Next something else is arising. Thoughts are flowing. Words are flowing. When you are aware, usually, sometime suddenly you will become aware of your body and your existence. At those moments, any thought which flows in front of you becomes your life. You start giving attention to it, either to fulfill or to escape. Understand? It's like a projector light is there. Any slide which is kept in front of that projector light is seen as a reality in the screen. One problem is this: in your inner space, the projector light is not continuously on. It just comes and goes, comes and goes. Whenever you are not aware of your existence, many times, even though your eyes are open, even though your body is moving, you will not be aware of your existence. You can see in your life, you will get into your car in your house, drive for half an hour. Only after you reach the office, park the car, and when you come out of the car, suddenly you will realize, oh, I finished my driving. Office come. I reached office. You would have taken 200 decisions in that half an hour. Right, left, giving brake, stopping for signal, but you are not aware of your existence. That is why you don't remember all these decisions you took and all these things happened in you. Means those few moments, the projector light was off. Any slide which was moving in front of it is not part of your life. Again, for no reason, the light comes on. When the light is on, when you are aware that you exist, whatever thought moves in front of you, they become your part. They become your life. Understand? It's a very subtle truth. Your life is totality of all the thoughts moving in front of you. But unfortunately, many times, many major decisions, thoughts, the life-changing incidents happens when you are not aware. It's like this film which moves when the projector light was off, that also is part of your life, part of your biography. But unfortunately, you are not aware of the scenes, decisions, thoughts which went on, which contributes to your life, which is also part of your life just because the light is off. Every single moment which passes in your life without you being aware of this moment, of your presence, is suffering. Either directly or indirectly, it will add to suffering. Either directly you will invite or indirectly you will create a situation for the suffering. It's a very important thing. How, when you turn your cars, the indicators blink, same way, your consciousness also blinks. You do not know when it is on, when it is off. If you just see the thought flow in front of you, suddenly you will realize, oh God, all these things are going on in me. Then what is going on inside me? I myself do not know where I am heading. I myself do not know what is happening in me. Here, understand this diagram, then we will see more deeper and deeper truths. First, I wanted all of you to understand, you are not aware of all the decisions, all the thoughts moving inside you, inspiring you to live the way in which you are living, inspiring you to think the way in which you are thinking, inspiring you to be the way you are. You are not aware, but constantly we believe we are aware. That is the first illusion. That is the first illusion. The second, whenever I say this point, people get frightened. People feel frightened. Oh God, already I have enough suffering. Now he is adding one more suffering and one more fear that I do not know where I am heading. Understand? I am not adding suffering. I am just helping you to experience, open up to the reality. One more thing. Opening up to reality, even though it feels like suffering in the initial level, will always lead you to the joy and bliss, because Sat, by its very nature, is Chit. Sat means the truth. By its very nature is Chit, means power, consciousness. And Ananda, bliss. By its very nature, Sat leads to Chit and Chit leads to Ananda. Even though in the initial level it feels like a little more responsibility, little more load, now itself already many of your mind would have decided, no. What he says may be right, that I am not aware of everything happening in front of me, but I can't become aware of everything happening in front of me. Oh, living in the present moment, being aware of whatever is going on, that and all is not for me. I tried many times, Swamiji, you don't know how many techniques I tried. Understand, we are not that dumb as we think. We are not that dumb as we think. We have huge possibility, huge potentiality. Maybe the right initiation has not happened. The right click has not happened. So don't close the file. No, I tried many times. You don't know how many gurus I went and how many techniques I tried. There are many people. I call them professional seekers. Their profession is seeking. Anywhere, any board, any Swami, any Guru, any saint, any Baba, any Mahatma, any Amma, anybody, they will be there. Not for learning, just for judging. What he is teaching, let me see. People come to me and ask me, I know everything, Swami, just give me in essence what extra you can add to me. I tell them, please, sorry, I don't know anything extra to add you. I can only remove something from you. What you think as knowledge, I can remove that so that the truth can happen. Please do not come to the decision, no, he's again, I think, going to teach living in the present moment. I know, I tried many times, it does not work out, and even if it works out, sometime it goes away. No, I am not going to teach you in living in the present moment. Because you are living, why should I teach? Even if you are suffering about your past, you are suffering in the present. Even if you are worrying about your future, you are worrying in the present. So you are in the present. I am not going to teach you to be in the present. All I am doing is trying to take away some ideas which you think as your mind. The first truth is you are not aware of all the things which is happening in front of you. You do not remember your biography as it happened. That is the first truth. You remember only as you want it. People ask me. Many times I tell them, if your thought per second, TPS, I call it TPS, thoughts per second, if it comes down, you will have clarity about your past and future. They tell me, what? About past, already I have clarity. Why should I have clarity about my past by bringing the TPS down? Now itself I know my past. No. Please understand, you don't know your past. You don't remember, recollect the past as it happened. You recollect only as you want it, not as it happened. Just a simple example here. See, if your life was filled with different kinds of incidents, joy, suffering, guilt, joy, pain, depression, sad, different quality of incidents. You do not look at the life as it is. Usually what we do, I use the word we because sometimes people think that the word you means too condescending. That's the reason I use the word we. The problem is, the public place, you can neither use we nor use you. If I say you, somebody feels condescending. If I use the word we, if you also have the same problem, how can you teach me? That is a big problem. Anyhow, because I don't have any other word, better to use the word we. What usually we do, some joy, some suffering, some guilt, some joy, some pain, some death. This is our life, different thoughts, different experiences. Usually, you collect only all the suffering-related incidents and create a shaft, create a connecting idea, and think your life is nothing but suffering. Understand? You collect suffering, guilt, pain, depression, suffering, all these kinds of thoughts, connect them, and you think your life is a long chain of suffering. Your life is a pain shaft. I've seen people, the moment I ask, how are you? You are from where? First thing everybody invariably starts, you don't know Swamiji, nobody has suffered like me in the life. This is a common introduction for their biography. Even my enemies should not suffer the amount of suffering I went through, Swamiji. Even in that, they want to be in the top. Even in suffering, they want to be in the top. Not second. Nobody has suffered like me, Swamiji. You don't know. Even in that, we have to be in the top. And not only that, see, not just they tell this to me, they believe strongly this. They forget the joyful incidents which happened in between. the joyful incidents, joyful memories which happens in between. They collect only the negative things, connect them and create a shaft. I call this as pain shaft. Pain shaft. Very rarely, sometime you create a joy shaft, but very rare, not only number, even the quality will be very rare. You collect the joyful incidents and create a joy shaft. Means you feel life is joy. But most of the time, you collect all the painful memories and incidents and create an idea, life is pain. Understand? If you create the shaft, life is pain, the problem will be, you will be just waiting for more and more painful incidents to be added. Anything you believe, you start believing, you will collect more and more experience and argument to strengthen that belief. Once you believe your life is a long pain shaft, that's enough. You will be just waiting to pick up only the painful incidents and elongate that shaft. You will be just waiting. You will never be able to remember or respect the joyful things happening in your life. You will continuously wait. Next, when is pain, when is pain, when is pain, and you will add. You will be waiting, meditating for pain. You will be meditating for pain. I have seen people just waiting to add that, elongate the pain shaft. Just waiting to add how the pain shaft can be elongated. One important thing we need to understand, believing that life is a pain shaft or believing the life is a joy shaft. The continuous incidents of joyful things. Life is continuous happenings of painful things. The moment you believe life is a continuous happening of painful things, unconsciously you will try to strengthen the belief, but consciously you will try to break the pain shaft. Understand? Unconsciously what you will be doing? You will be continuously collecting more and more painful memories and incidents to strengthen your belief, strengthen the idea. But consciously you will be trying to break. Big problem is, neither you can break the pain shaft, nor you can add to the joy shaft, because both shaft does not exist. It is just your memory. Please understand. The reality happening is this main line. Different memories, incidents continuously flowing, and that is also not connected logically. That is why I have given gap between every thought. Different shape, different size, it just comes and disappears. It's happening. If you think your life is big pain shaft, a chain of painful incidents, then you will pick up only the painful things and add. I have seen people carrying the memory, a very huge memory. The other day, one guy came to me and said, Swamiji, I'm going to divorce, please bless me. I said, usually we bless only for marriage, not for divorce. Can you tell me the reason? Let me analyze. The other day I was reading an article, I don't know how much it is true. 33% is divorce rate in Bangalore. I don't know how much it is true. I pray that it should not be true. The West, 59% single homes. understand, and 47% of the people die without having a close friend or a relative to receive the body. Body is taken by some professional organizations, undertakers, professional undertakers. It's just too much. This guy came and asked me, I'm going to divorce, please bless me. I said, first let us analyze why you are going to do. Then we will try to sort out. He said, that and all you don't know, Swamiji, you just bless me. I said, I cannot bless as you want. Only if I am convinced I can bless. And it's not like something I have and you can take it without my will. You can't steal blessings, fortunately. He said, the actual reason, the immediate cause was, she brought coffee and it spilled on the cloth, that's all. I asked, don't you see clearly it is not enough reason for divorce? Why don't you realize? Why don't you understand? He said, you don't know, Swami. Today she will pour coffee, tomorrow she will pour acid, you don't know. No, he said he actually told me, you don't know, today she will pour coffee, tomorrow she will pour acid. I said, why don't you be little logical? Why don't you be little truthful? How can you connect coffee and acid? Sometimes it feels same. How can you connect coffee and acid? Don't you see the gap is too much? You are creating too much of ideas in your head. You are creating too many things. He said, no, Swamiji, you don't know. Last 10 years, how much I suffered with her, you don't know. I told him, do not just create a pain shaft. Just come out with incidents. Then we can analyze, look into it. Don't create a pain shaft. Pain shaft will stay only if you are unconscious. Please understand. Your opinion about life as pain shaft or joy shaft will stay only as long as you are unconscious, not when you are aware. I told him, just come out. Incident by incident, let us analyze. He started telling me, in South India, there is a habit, during marriage, in a small pot they will put a ring, and the bride and bridegroom, both of them are supposed to try to pick up that ring. Whoever gets it, it's theirs. It's a small game. These are all done. In those days, only during marriage, the bride and bridegroom will see each other. So it's like a technique for zeroing down the distance. Just to zero down the distance, this kind of simple plays are done. This guy is saying, Swamiji, even during that play, she scratched my hand with a nail. Now see the file he is carrying in his head. I was really surprised. From there he started telling me, after 2-3 minutes I told, stop. Much worse than police record. Much worse than police record. I said, I think you should not ask divorce, she should ask. Living with you, she should ask. Now this is what we are doing continuously. Sometime about others, sometime about ourselves. But constantly we create a pain shaft or joy shaft. One important thing we forget. Neither we elongate the pain shaft, neither we can break the pain shaft, nor we can elongate the joy shaft, because it does not exist. It does not exist. Just try to elongate the joyful moments. Try to hold on. If some joy happens, try to hold on to that experience. It won't stay. Not only that, try to reproduce the same ambience, same people, same place, same thing, everything, even the same temperature again, you will not have that same joy. Addiction means believing that joy or ecstasy came due to some object or person or situation, and trying to reproduce the same thing again and again, even though the same joy or experience does not come back again. Understand? This is the definition of addiction. Trying to elongate the joy shaft by recreating or reproducing or again bringing the same persons, situations or incidents or the happenings in your life. If you try, knowing that same joy is not coming is what I call addiction. Anything. Some people are addicted to partying. Some people are addicted to smoking. Some people are addicted to drinking. Some people are addicted even to newspaper reading, especially the violent things. You do not know how much of violence we are swallowing. Understand? The more and more violence you swallow, you will become aware only if the violent pictures are moving in front of you. Means the projector light which is inside you, the awareness that you exist, will come to life only when the violent thoughts crash in front of you. Because whatever you cherish, it's like alarm clock. You tell yourself, oh, I cherish this kind of thoughts. When those kind of thoughts are coming in front of my mind, alarm clock. If you are enjoying lustful thoughts, whenever lustful thoughts cross your system, you will come to the awareness, I exist. If you are enjoying violence, whenever the violent thoughts come in your system, you will come to life, that I exist. If you come to life, that I exist, the thoughts will get strengthened and empowered. If you empower a particular thought again and again, when those thoughts cross your inner space, you will come back to life. It will become vicious circle. This is what I call vicious circle. You empowering negativity and negativity bringing you back to life. You empowering again the more negativity and the more negativity bringing you to life and excitement. That is why if you start cherishing violence, please understand, if you start cherishing violence, you don't have to reach hell, you are in hell. Even if you reach, you won't find any difference. You won't find any difference. See, I am not talking about getting the informations about life, some accident, some murder. These are all knowing about life, to be safe. That is not I am talking about. Many times we enjoy violence, reading tabloids and seeing violent things in the media, especially reading tabloids. It's called letters, they call it selling violence. Very strong words are there. I don't want to use those strong words. Selling violence. The other day I was reading an article, very scientifically, with the scientific data and statistics. They say, in any city, if the boxing competition or boxing programs happen, what do you call in India? Same boxing. Fighting. This kind of programs happen, the public programs. I think in India it doesn't happen. The West it is very common. Boxing fighting happens. Within 30 days, the crime rate of the city goes up by 30%. You'll be surprised. Same way, the other study, if a group of people meditate sitting in the center of the city, within 30 days, 67% crime rate comes down. It's done by one of the leading organization teaching meditation, Maharishi Mahesh Yogi's TM group. They have done this research in so many cities and proved it. Anyhow, see, they can afford to have this boxing, these violent programs because they have infrastructure to control the society, to manage the society. There is no county, there is no village without police station. If you just call 911, in USA within 3 minutes, you will see a cop standing in front of your home to take care of you, attend you. We can't afford to copy, duplicate, bring the same violence in our society. Our country is running because of Ramayana and Mahabharata, not by any law enforcement force. With all our infrastructure, we can maintain only a small percentage of our country. Our country runs by cosmic constitution, the eternal cosmic constitution. We call it Sanatana Dharma. So we can't afford to break it. I want all our intellectuals to understand. Please understand. The Indian intellectuals should understand. We can't afford to break our dharma. We don't have a replacing infrastructure. If we dump our dharma, we don't have something to replace and maintain the social balance. If we are going to dump our dharma, we are swallowing too much of violence. Too much of violence, too much of this tabloid ideas. I've seen. See this. If you see the people who read these weekly tabloids, these idiotic things, you will see very low level consciousness. They will be constantly attracting accidents in their life, suffering in their life, because they are just waiting for painful incidents that gives them excitement. Kind of a very beautiful example by Ramana Maharshi. The dog will try to bite the dry bone, biting, the bone will poke the mouth. From its own mouth, the blood will come out. The dog will think that blood is coming from the bone and drink the blood, enjoy the blood. Exactly same thing happens in you when you swallow violence, when you eat violence, when you are digesting violence. Save yourself from violence. Understand? Not just by the physical violence, even the psychological violence, which is constantly getting added into the society, into our system, by too many sources. If violence excites you, you will be waiting for that kind of incidents in your life. If pain excites you, if you believe life is pain shaft, you will be waiting for that kind of incidents in your life and strengthen your belief. Understand? This is an important truth. The depression or low mood which you experienced 10 years ago, the depression or low mood which you experienced 9 years ago, the depression which you experienced 8 years ago, the depression which you experienced 1 year ago, they are all independent experiences happened in your life because of independent incidents. 10 years ago you would have been in depression because you don't have son. 4 years ago you may be in depression because you have a son. It is independent incidents causing independent experiences. But in the inner space, for the sake of convenience, you archive all the sufferings in one file for easy remembrance and easy reference. When you archive them all in one file, by and by, you start thinking, you connect all these depression experiences and come to an idea, my last 10-year life was depression. No. All 10 different depression experiences happened in you, happened due to different reason, different time, different experience. But when you connect all of them and see, you
Yes, Nithyananda, all of you. So we have arrived at the end of the day. However, there was a technical glitch where the video was stuck. So we'll be finishing with the Purnamanta, but of course the remaining the video where it was stuck will be finishing. We'll be continuing with that, so you can enjoy the truth, the Param Satya that Swamiji is revealing. Understand, truth hits your being because your being is filled of truth. When the truth hits your being, that's how you get attracted. That's how the super conscious breakthrough happens. When you are just filled with truth, nothing else. So let's join our hands in Namaskar Mudra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Bhagavad Sri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Yes. Nithyananda, all of you. Thank you.
Everyone.
Yes. So we'll be continuing with the a revelation by Swamiji. So stay tuned.
I was in depression last 9 years. Now you created an enemy who does not exist. Now you start fighting with him. I have to come out of depression. What to do? The moment you create a shaft, last 9 years you were in depression. Now you know for sure next 9 years you are going to be in depression. You will say, yes, last 9 years I was in depression. Then naturally tomorrow morning I am going to be in depression. How can I suddenly come out? How is it going to happen? I am going to be in depression. Passive agreement with your enemy. Understand? First thing, you create an enemy who does not exist. Second thing, you already made a passive agreement with your enemy. You won the game. Then how do you think you will not attract depression? You created an enemy who does not exist and already created a passive agreement with him that you won the game. Then naturally then you say, no, Swamiji, I am in depression, please do something. My presence cannot help, only your presence can help you. Your presence only can help you. Nothing else can be done. Same way, the pain. People come and tell me, Swamiji, last 20 years I have knee pain. No, it cannot be. Please understand, it cannot be. I am not disrespecting you or adding more suffering to you by saying all problems are in your head. No, I am not disrespecting you. I am just telling you the truth. All problems are in your head. Please understand, I am not disrespecting you by saying, I am just stating the truth. The knee pain which you experienced 2 years ago, the knee pain which you experienced 1 year ago, the knee pain which you experienced 2 months ago, the knee pain which you experienced 2 hours ago, are independent experiences. When you connect them and see, you stop the possibility of self-healing. Please understand. You stop the possibility of self-healing. Whether you believe it or not, medical science proves your body constantly updates itself and replaces itself once in every 365 days. Even your brain cells are replaced once in 365 days. The intestine is replaced once in 47 days. Every organ is replaced within a particular number of days. If you are carrying a particular disease for quite a long time, it means you have a strong belief it is a continuous shaft. It is a continuous experience. Your unconscious belief something is a continuous experience forces your mind to bring the same pain and disease back. For example, once in 47 days, your intestine gets replaced completely. Understand? I am not saying, Ayurveda is not telling. If Ayurveda says, you won't believe. Medical science is telling. The logical, allopathy medical science is saying, once in 47 days, your intestine cells are completely replaced. If you are carrying any disease related to more than 47 days, even the new system which you created with a mental setup, I have this problem, so I have to have this problem. Strong belief, you have this problem, naturally you will say, if new intestine is given to you, no, this is not mine, bring mines. This is not mine, bring mine. Have you heard the story in those days? At a young age, one woodcutter was there, he was cutting a tree near the river, and his axe fell in the water. One goddess appeared and she brought a golden axe and asked, is it yours? He said, no. Then she brought silver. She asked, is it yours? He said, no. Then she brought his axe made out of iron. Yeah, she asked, is it yours? He said, yes, it is mine. Then she is very pleased and she handed over all the three. You would have heard the story. Understand? In that story, it is okay. But I wanted to tell you the extension of the story. Now second edition has come. Same hunter was cutting the tree on the same river. He was being assisted by his wife. Suddenly, by mistake, the wife fell in the river. And the goddess appeared, brought a beautiful woman. Young, beautiful. Then the wife. And I asked, is she your wife? This guy said, yes, yes, yes. And goddess got very annoyed. And she got angry. How dare you, greedy fellow? Last time with the axe, you told the truth. But now with the wife, you are telling the lie. He says, no, you don't understand my problem. Last time you asked, first gold, then silver, then my axe. When I said it is mine, you gave all three. Now again, if you give three women to me, what will I do? I know with one what suffering I am going through. That is the reason I took precautionary steps. I just wanted to stop with one. Anything is okay, but just send one, not second. Anyhow, just like how the goddess is asking, something better than yours, is it yours? Same way, every time, the Parashakti is asking, is this your new body? She is creating new body, the nature, the self-healing energy which resides in you. That is what is Parashakti, your mother's part, understand? The energy which is inside your body and rejuvenates yourself is the part contributed to you by your mother. It's from your mother, Parashakti. Your mother is a representation of the cosmic mother. So when cosmic mother comes and says, is this new intestine is yours? You say, no, bring my old one. Your mental setup is such. We strongly believe the depression or disease is a shaft happening inside us. It is not. It is not. The depression you experienced 10 years ago, the depression you experienced 9 years ago, the depression you experienced 8 years ago are independent, unconnected incidents, experiences. When you connect all of them and see, you created a pain shaft, depression shaft. Oh, my life is depression. Now, you are ready to get defeated by the unknown enemy. An important thing, this is a very basic truth. Neither you can break the shaft, nor you can elongate the shaft because the shaft does not exist. All you can do is just be aware that it does not exist. You created it. Understand? For the sake of convenience and easy reference, you put all the depression incidents in one file and kept. By and by, you started believing all of them are existentially connected. No. They are not existentially connected. All your different experiences. One more thing. The moment you believe all your depression is connected and you are a depressed being, the small joyful things happened in between will be forgotten by you. You will not even remember them. Understand? You will not even remember them. That is what I am saying. Not having clear picture about past. If you have a clear picture about your past, it will become a solid experience. It will not be a load. It will become a strength. Undigested past is a load. Digested past is a strength. We don't digest our past. It stays on us like a load, like a headache. Here, when you connect all the painful incidents and create a pain shaft, you create an enemy who does not exist and start fighting with him. You see, understand? I am repeating some of the words again and again because suddenly you might have changed the channel for the sake of people who are tuning in just now. CNN I have seen, they read the news, suddenly they'll say, welcome to the people who are tuning in just now, headlines once more. That's the reason I am reading the headlines again and again. If it is little boring, please bear with me. I am repeating so that it can enter into the system. Somebody asked Buddha, why are you repeating the same thing for 40 years? He says, if you would have heard first time, why do you think I will repeat second time? The shaft does not exist. Basically, you are an independent, illogical, irresponsible. No two thoughts are responsible for others' existence or disappearance. Understand? No two thoughts are responsible for other thoughts' existence or disappearance. Illogical, independent, irresponsible, unconnected, unclutched thoughts. But you are afraid to live with such an undefined frame of mind. You are afraid to live with undefined mind. So you try to define. You trying to define is the first problem. When you try to define, you have to create some shaft, either as pain or as joy. Understand? Even with your spouse, you live maximum 6 months. Maximum 6 months we live. Within 6 months, we create an idea about that person. After that, you live only with the idea which you have about that person, not with the spouse. Anything the other person does, you will look through that idea only. 6 months you will come to an idea, oh, this is the punishment given to me by God. Or I don't have to go to hell after death. Some idea. You will see continuously whatever she or he does through that scale, through that idea, through that mirror, through that glass. You don't live with a person. You live with a concept. Same way, about your mind, you have an idea, either pain shaft or joy shaft. You live with that shaft, not with the experience. In experience, joy, pain, everything, so many things are coming up. So many things are happening. One more thing, between every thought there is a gap. Understand? It's like a fish tank. Water bubbles are coming in the fish tank. Between every bubble, there is a gap. Because the gap is too small, you think it's a stream. It is not stream. Between every thought, there is a gap. There is a gap. It is just independent, illogical thoughts moving. The problem is, when you can't live with that, when you don't want to live with that independent, illogical movements, you create an idea, pain shaft or joy shaft, and struggle with it. You create an enemy who does not exist and fight with it. Fight with that person. Now all you need to do is stop creating this pain shaft or joy shaft. Stop clutching all these painful incidents and creating a shaft. Stop clutching all the joyful things and creating a shaft. The essence of whatever I was talking is stop clutching and creating a shaft. That's enough. You will see suddenly the shaft disappears. Shaft does not exist. Understand? Some of these important truths. Now we are coming to the initiation part. Any thought may suddenly click with you. God, yes, that is what is going on in me. That is what I am doing. One important truth. Even if you want, even if you try consciously, you cannot possess, sit, catch your suffering. Understand? It's a very important truth. Even if you try to catch, you cannot catch your suffering. Because continuously your suffering is also replaced by different thoughts. One person came and asked me an important thing. Swamiji, I am suffering with lustful thoughts. Please give me some solution. I told him, just sit. Half an hour. Your mind should not go anywhere else. Meditate just on lustful thoughts. Think only lustful thoughts. No other thoughts allowed. In 10 minutes he opened his eyes and said, I am not able to concentrate on lustful thoughts, Swamiji. I said, what are you talking? You told me just now you are haunted by those thoughts. I asked you to meditate on it. Just be with it. Now you are saying, your mind is not staying on those thoughts. Your mind is going somewhere else. Understand? Fortunately, you can have only one thought at a time. Am I right? You can have only one thought at a time. The moment some other thought is coming in your inner space means the earlier thought has lost its power or influence over you. Am I right? Please come with me. Every statement. Fortunately, you can have only one thought at a time. The moment a new thought has come inside your system, the old thought has lost its power or influence over your system. For example, the moment you decide to stand up and leave, you renounce the thought of sitting and listening. The moment you renounce the thought of standing and leaving, you decided to sit and listen. It's like the moment you stand up, you renounce the thought of sitting. The moment you decide to sit down, you renounce the thought of standing up. Any thought which comes in you newly replaces the old thought. The old thought loses its power or influence over you by new thought. Am I right? One person came and asked me, Swamiji, I am haunted by death fear. I have so much fear about losing my wealth and about my death. Give me some solution. Please remove my fear. I told him, please have a cup of coffee. He said, what do you mean, Swamiji? I said, just think of having a cup of coffee and have a cup of coffee. He said, what is there? How can that help me? I told, the moment you are able to think of having a cup of coffee or decide to have a cup of coffee, the fear, that fear which is haunting your inner space has left your inner space. Am I right? Unless the death fear which is haunting his inner space leaves his inner space, he cannot think of having a cup of coffee. Am I right? So naturally, a simple thought to have a cup of coffee can remove the so-called powerful death fear. That guy said, no, Swamiji, it looks too simple. But the death fear comes back, what should I do? If it comes back, have one more cup of coffee, that's all. No, you don't understand how seriously I am talking. You are playing with me. I said, I am not playing. Just simple thing. Understand? Just simple understanding. Fortunately, you can have only one thought at a time. The moment a new thought comes, it means the old thought has lost its power over you. Otherwise, new thought cannot come inside. Otherwise, the old thought cannot be replaced. If the old thought is so strong, it will just multiply and sit on you. It won't leave your inner space. The moment a new thought comes, it means the old thought has lost its power over you, it has left you. Only because of that, the new thought can come inside. So the moment you can have a thought to have a cup of coffee or a cup of water, the so-called death fear has already left you. He is not able to understand. He said, no. It cannot be so simple. I am really having fear, Swamiji. It comes back. I told him, now you know the method how to replace the death fear once, then do the same thing again and again, that's all. He said, no, it comes back. Once I can drink a cup of coffee, next time what to do? Have a cup of buttermilk, that's all. No, it comes back third time. Have a cup of water, that's all. Understand, any thought which comes inside your inner space newly replaces the old thought, even if it was worst fear, even if it was worst depression, even if it was worst suffering, even if it was worst attachment, even if it was lust, anything it can be, anything it may be. The new thought happening in you proves your inner space is now replaced by a new thought. The old thought has lost its power over your inner space. Any thought which can lose its power over your inner space, why are you afraid of it? Why should you be afraid of it? Constantly we are carrying the fear that we will not be able to conquer our fear. We are carrying the fear we will not be able to go beyond our attachment. We are carrying the fear we will not be able to go beyond our suffering. Understand an important thing. This is what I call click, the initiation. If a thought can be replaced, if a thought can leave your inner space once, it means it can again and again removed as many number of times as it comes. That's all. People tell me, no, how many times I can replace? What is there? Every time when it comes, have a cup of water in front of you, sip once and keep it. Just play with your mind, tease your mind till it stops. Tease your mind till it stops. It may look very funny. No, it looks too simple. How can this be done? I may look like a mad person. Nothing wrong. Looking is perfectly all right than being. Looking is nothing wrong than being. Understand simple truth. If a new thought can replace the old thought, then naturally no thought can occupy and possess and torture your inner space eternally. This is what is the click. This is what is the basic truth. Just one thought, a cup of water. The thought to have a cup of water can replace the so-called powerful death fear from you. It can be replaced. It means what? All you need is cup of water to conquer your fear. All you need is cup of coffee to conquer your lust. And But mind says, no, 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 it is not that easy. No, no, Swamiji. It comes back, what to do? It again comes back. If it comes back, you also again come back. You also again stand up. Understand? If you can replace 10 times, the 11th time thought will not come. The frequency will come down. The frequency will come down. Fortunately, you have a pure inner space which does not get corrupted by the flowing thoughts. An important thing. You have, fortunately, a screen which does not get burnt by the burning scene. If you project a burning scene on the screen through the film, will the screen be burnt? No. Same way, fortunately, you have an inner space, pure inner space, which does not get corrupted, polluted, or get possessed by a particular idea or a thought. Understand? This understanding deeply can completely liberate you from all the sufferings you create for yourself. It can bring tremendous self-healing into you, tremendous freedom to you, and tremendous courage and confidence. See, now, if any fear arises in you, what you need to do? Cup of coffee. Cup of coffee. And one more thing, immediately mind will question, no, if I handle all fears like this, what will happen if my property is taken away? Who will maintain my family? Don't bother. You have an innate intelligence, which I call prarabdha, powerful enough, capable enough to manage your life using your body and mind. All you need to do is stop creating the sufferings which you are creating. That's all. Please be very clear. Life does not happen because of you. Life happens in spite of you. Life happens in spite of you, not because of you. Come back and clutch again and again. Do not clutch the thoughts and create meaning, give meaning to it. Unclutch again and again. Come back and rest. You may say, how to unclutch? I don't know. I don't think I can unclutch from my mind. This very thought, I don't think I can unclutch from my mind. You already unclutched, because this new thought can come only if the old thought leaves you. Fear can come only if the lust leaves. Lust can come only if the fear leaves. You can have a thought to have a cup of water only if the fear leaves. You can have a thought to have a cup of coffee only if the suffering leaves. The moment you are able to think that I should have a cup of coffee, already the so-called suffering has left. If that is sitting inside your inner space, how can you have a new thought? You can't. Understand? Handle your enemy one at a time. If you think, no, it's a long story, you don't know, Swamiji, I tried 1000 techniques, I can teach you many more techniques, nothing works. And my mind is not that simple as you think. Maybe your mind is simple, that is how it works. Please understand, even in foolishness, we are not in peak. That's one of the important truths we need to understand. All of us have a very clear idea. We are in the worst ignorance. No, it is not. Just the simple one truth. If a simple thought of having a cup of coffee can come inside, means any serious thought, it may be pain or suffering or anything it can be, it has left me. That is why the new thought is able to come. That is why I have inner space to entertain a new thought. So as long as you have freedom to entertain a new thought, you have an inner space to entertain a new thought, be very clear. You cannot be possessed or tortured by any suffering, any depression and any pain. Because you can just bring one thought, new thought. The moment you bring a new thought, what happened? The old thought has left you. Unless it leaves, you cannot bring a new thought. So be very clear. Your power to bring new thought itself proves you have power to drop the old thought. Instead of looking at the ability to replace, you are looking at the ability to bring it back. You have both. If you are constantly looking at the ability to bring it back, you will create suffering. Oh, it comes back, it comes back, it comes back. If you are constantly looking at the ability to remove, you will feel liberation. Understand? What you mother, that you hate. The hen mothers the egg and gets the chicken out, hatches the chicken. Chicken comes out. If you are mothering the thought you can replace any suffering, you will bring that into reality. If you are mothering the thought, no, whatever I replace will come back, you will bring that in your experience. If you are mothering the thought that it is going to come back, it will come back. If you are mothering the thought, it is going to go out, it will go out. Where you put your awareness, where you put your attention is the important thing. Understand? Your very ability to get a new thought shows you have ability to discard a old thought. Any thought can be discarded by any simple thought. This simple understanding is more than enough to unclutch and to rest. One important thing. Whenever any fear, any unsolvable problem comes, all you need to do from today is have a cup of water. That's all. And just say, that's all. Your mind will get little perturbed and shaken. Understand? Your suffering can rule you just because you are afraid of it. Have you seen in this underworld dadas, when they get created, they too will have fear, deep fear. But just your fear towards them will empower them. Same way, your mind too has fear about you. But your fear about your mind, your fear towards your mind just empowers your mind. Your mind also sometimes feels, oh, what is this? But you are more afraid of your mind. Then naturally what happens? Your mind gets empowered. All you need to do, understand, this is the initiation. Anything, one more thing, even once if you can replace your depression from your inner space, have confidence. I replaced. I can do it again. That's all. If 10 times it comes back, let me do it 10 times. That's all. The very clarity I am going to do. Understand, there is a very beautiful story in Buddha's life. Buddha says, whenever I sat in meditation that I am going to get up, after a few hours, I never became enlightened. Once I decided, if I am not going to become enlightened, I am not going to get up from this seat. Idam asanam sushyate sariram. Very beautiful Sanskrit sloka. Let this body dry up in this very place. Till I became enlightened, I am not going to move. Buddha says, The moment he created this strong clarity, authentic sankalpa, will, he says, next second I became enlightened. Next second he became enlightened. All you need to do, when you replace your suffering, if you are thinking, no, 10 times today I can replace, 11th time if it comes back, tomorrow only I have to try, then nothing will happen. Decide, till it stops coming, I am going to replace. That's what I call courage, dhira. And once you have replaced means, you can start laughing at it. I was afraid of you for so many years. I was getting shaken by you for so many years. I was getting frightened by you for so many years. All it takes to push you out is a glass of water, a cup of coffee, nothing else. A thought to have a cup of coffee, a thought to stand up is more than enough to remove the worst suffering from your inner space. Whatever can be, it looks too simple. That is why the problem is, because it looks too simple, people come and tell me, no, Swamiji, it cannot be so simple. I think you missed somewhere, Swamiji. Really, people think, hey, he's too young, maybe he knows only few things, that's what he's teaching. Now that is the problem. Understand, truth is simple. Truth is simple. There is a beautiful traditional song, oh, so difficult to be a devotee of Shiva. Ramana Maharshi sang a very beautiful song. He says, no, so easy, the enlightenment science. So easy. I tell you, it is neither difficult nor easy. Even if I say it is easy, there is little difficult. It is not even easy, it is constantly happening in you. Don't you understand? Every moment a new thought is replacing the old thought. Why are you afraid that you will bring your old thought back? It's like trashing your emails and bringing it back from a trash can. You just bring it back from trash. Just now you trashed it, you deleted, and it has went to it has gone. Now you again go into the trash and try to bring that email back. Relax. Constantly, your thoughts are getting replaced. This itself shows nothing can possess your inner space. Nothing can overpower you. Nothing can overrule you. You have independence, intelligence to replace any suffering. You have freedom to replace any fear. You have freedom to replace any negativity. Understand? It's a very simple truth. Very simple truth. This is what I call unclutching. If you can understand this one truth and connect with this, if this one truth clicks, this can destroy the root of ignorance, the root of mind. Nothing else is needed. Nothing else is needed. And one more important thing, nothing else can work. Please understand, nothing else can work. Anything you try to do by creating new thought, creating new idea, people come and tell me, Swamiji, I want to escape from my suffering, should I chant some mantra? I tell them that will become one more suffering. No, really, I have seen people chanting Ramakrishna, 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 Ramakrishna. And in between, hey, have you purchased the vegetables? What happened to the market? Did you bring the accounts? Ramakrishna, 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 Ramakrishna. Understand, many times, when you try to repeat something, you create a new shaft. People feel offended. How can you say mantra japa does not help? I am not saying it does not help. Of course, let me tell you openly, it does not help. I just thought I will be socially polite, but let me be open. The satya is much better and much more important than being socially polite. Understand, I tested it in my life. for 10 years. Not with one mala, I will have 2 mala. If I finish 1 mala, 1 round, I'll push 1 bead. By that 108, 108. By the time I finish this mala, I would have chanted 10,008 times. I have done enough. I tell you, that only creates one more guilt. You are not able to do mantra continuously. Because by the time you move the next bead, already one thought has come. If somebody records what happens inside your system, Ramakrishna, move the next bead, Ramakrishna, move the next bead, Ramakrishna, move the next bead. That's what is going on inside. That is what is going on inside. Oh, I think I chanted too many times. Let me count. I know, because I have done it. Not only that, I have always seen people, when they close and with closed eyes, they will start counting the beads. After some time, slowly they will touch it, the other hand, and see how long it is going to take. Is it going to take 5 more minutes or 3 more minutes where the bead is there? Let me tell you, it's from my experience. Understand an important truth. Do not try to create one more shaft. Just realize the shaft which you believe exists does not exist. That's all. That's all you need to do. That's all you need to understand. And rest in that unclutched awareness. Nirvigalpa Satya. Let me explain exactly what is unclutching. When you sit for meditation, when you sit silently, you will see so many thoughts coming up. Do not connect all of them and give a meaning to it. The moment you give meaning to the words, either you will try to suppress or you will try to execute. Either you will try to go behind them or you will try to suppress them. Understand? Creating a thought is Brahma's work. Maintaining a thought by going behind it is Vishnu's work. Trying to destroying a thought is Rudra's work. If you stop doing all these 3 work, you will become Parabrahma. That's all. Creation, maintenance, destruction. Relax from all 3. Relaxing from all 3 is what I call unclutching. Let me give you one more detail or very strong truth. When a thought arises in you, instead of giving meaning to it, just unclutch, means just relax to the source. When a thought arises, if you start giving meaning to it, what you will do, either you will try to do what the thought says, or you will try to suppress. Hey, don't come. Wait, I am going to meditate. Don't do both. Instead of putting your attention towards the meaning of the sound, just see the source of the sound. That's all. Then your mind will say, no, I am feeling bored. I am feeling bored is one more thought. Why are you clutching? You see, how will you have the idea that you are feeling bored? The boredom which you experienced 10 years ago, the boredom which you experienced 9 years ago, the boredom which you experienced yesterday are independent experiences. Why are you connecting all of them and giving that idea boredom? Only when you connect all of them and give the idea that this is what is boredom, now you will think, yes, I am having the same experience, I am having boredom. Do not connect and clutch and see. Just see. If your mind says, I am feeling bored, just say, what is boredom? Let me not give some meaning out of my past clutching. Let me see, what do you mean by the word boredom? Let me see how it feels like. Let me see how it feels like. Attend your enemy one thought at a time. If you think all thoughts put together is your enemy, you empowered your enemy. Always understand, when you work with your enemy, divide and rule. If you think all your enemies are gathered together, you will start having all unnecessary fears. Your enemies are not that intelligent as you think always. This is one of the important sutra. Understand? Even in your life. Your enemies are not that intelligent and cooperative, understanding as you think. Just like you, they'll also have problem among themselves. Your mind, if you think your mind is your enemy, do not empower it by saying it is a one single huge organism. No. Handle it one thought at a time. One thought at a time. Because in your hand you have only one weapon. Means you have only one thought. One thought is one weapon. With one weapon, one thought, how will you handle 10,000 thoughts? No, you can't. So break your mind also. Tell your mind, come one at a time. We will face to face. We will see face to face. Face every single thought. Unclutch from every single thought. Your mind will say, no, half an hour I unclutched. Now again thoughts are coming. The unclutching happened 30 minutes ago, the unclutching happened 20 minutes ago, the unclutching happened 10 minutes ago, are totally different individual experiences. Why are you connecting all those unclutching and feeling that this unclutching and that unclutching is same? No. This moment, what is happening in me is an independent experience. A very subtle truth, please understand. You need to put your whole attention, your whole energy, your whole awareness. Only then the click will happen. If the click happens, you are blessed. Because this very single click can be used as a key for so many difficulties and problems in your life. It will revolutionize the way in which your mind functions, the way in which you make decisions, the way in which your fears threaten you, your desires drive you crazy. The whole thing will be reorganized. The whole thing will be revolutionized. If you know any big idea or goal which drives you crazy can be replaced just by a thought of having a cup of coffee, will you have respect for that goal? Will you have respect for that ideal? Suddenly you will see what all you thought as goal does not have any more power over your inner space. You say, no, that and all is really needed for life. I don't want to leave this, I don't want to leave that. You may try to catch here, there. But what to do? Even if you try to catch, it is leaving, it is slipping. How long you will try to catch a river which is flowing? You can't. Suddenly you will see a non-moving, immovable, the authentic self arises in you. That is what I call living enlightenment. Living enlightenment. Understand? An authentic being which does not need your mind to operate your body is what I call living enlightenment. Your being does not need your mind to run your body. If your mind is constantly staying inside you, it is just because of your fear. What will happen to me? How will my body run if my mind leaves me? You do not understand. If your mind leaves you, your life will happen in a much better way, in a much more intelligent way, because your mind is culprit. Your thinking is problem. Your dilemma is suffering. Your movement is depression. When you sit, if thoughts are raising, just remember, let me unclutch. Just unclutch. I am not going to empower this thought by following or by fighting. Let me unclutch. Again in 2 seconds, one more thought will come. Again, let me unclutch. After a few minutes, you will see continuously you are repeating a thought, unclutching, I am unclutching, I am unclutching. The unclutch from that too. The moment you remember, you immediately unclutch. Unclutch from the very idea about you. Understand? You have two identity. The identity which you carry and show to the outer world as you are. See, how you wanted world to know you. And the identity which you project to the outer world. That is called ahankara. And another identity which you carry in you, which you believe as you inside your heart. Which you feel as you inside your heart. This is called mamakara. Your whole life is nothing but a fight between ahankara and mamakara. How you want to project you and how you believe as you. What you want to project you and what you believe as you. Your whole life is nothing but the fight between these two identities. Ahankara, how you project you, will always be much more than what you are. Superiority complex. Mamakara, what you believe as you, will always be much lower than what you are. Inferiority complex. Your whole life is nothing but the suffering between this inferiority and superiority. Tug of war. Whether the thoughts are related to inferiority or superiority, neither give life nor suppress them. Just unclutch. Just unclutch. Now the fear, important fear comes. If I constantly unclutch, who will run my life? Understand, your prarabdha with which you created your body, that's what I call biomemory. Your biomemory is intelligent enough to run your body and maintain your infrastructure and expand your wealth. Trusting this truth is what I call bhakti. When Krishna says, Ananyas chintayanto mamye jana pariyubasade desham nityabhiyuktanam yogakshemam vahamyakam. Whoever resides in me, remembering constantly me, their needs and comforts, I myself bring and see that things stays with that person. Understand? This assurance he gives for the people who have the fear of unclutching and relaxing. I tell you, just try for 10 days. I'm not saying try for whole life. Try for 10 days. Try unclutching for 10 days. If your balance sheet does not increase, forget about me and my technique. Forget about. You will see it straight away adds to your life. Nothing will be reduced. Nothing will be taken away. Your clarity, your profession, your relationship, your health, everything will be added. 10 days, try this unclutching. Constantly unclutch. Whether you are eating, sleeping, driving. Of course, while you drive, don't close your eyes. Constantly try to unclutch. If it does not improve your life, then forget about it. Don't bother. I tell you, you will never miss it. I have seen how it just transforms your life. Don't have these hypothetical fears. Mind exists based on hypothetical fears. If you look into the hypothetical fears, mind will disappear. Mind will disappear. Do not entertain the hypothetical fears of your mind. Just try for 10 days. When I say this, I am responsible for these words. Understand? I know it is getting recorded. I am responsible for what I am talking. Just try 10 days this unclutching. I assure, I have seen, it only adds to your health, adds to your wealth, adds to your well-being, and adds to your relationship. Only your fear creates an idea, no, if I do, who will pay my bills, who will run my life? You will run your life in a much better way when you are unclutched. You pick up a few thoughts here and there, like a conveyor belt. If the conveyor belt is going on, you pick up whatever you need and create a shaft. Same way, either you pick up all sufferings and create a pain shaft, or you pick up all joyful memories and incidents and create a joy shaft. If you try to elongate joy shaft or break the pain shaft, both is impossible because the shaft does not exist. It is imaginary. Third important thing, fortunately, every new thought proves the old thought has lost its influence over your inner space. This proves no suffering can overtake you. Eternal hell does not exist. Understand? The eternal hell is a foolish concept taught to you to torture, frighten you. Because even here, nothing can be eternal. It just moves. It just moves. There's a beautiful one-liner. You can't step into the same river twice. Because by the time, second time you put your step, river has moved. I tell you, you can't step into the same river even once. Because by the time you put your foot and it reaches the ground, water has moved. Constantly, the very replacement, new thoughts appearing shows you have an inner space which gets replaced, which gets rejuvenated, which gets refreshed, which is untouchable, which is pure. Because the inner space is pure, you are able to have new thoughts. The new thoughts happening proves the old thoughts have lost its influence over you. So do not be afraid of depression, suffering, fear, desire, anything. Do not be afraid of internal enemies. Let you be liberated from the internal enemies. And the last essence, ultimate thing, do not be afraid of unclutching. A small example, in the north, they will have a strange way of catching the birds. Trap. Strange kind of trap. I have seen in my wandering. I spent my 10 years in walking all over India, begging and eating and sleeping under the trees and meditating. I've seen in north, they will have a trap to catch birds. I have a small stick. They even brought a bird to give you a visual. I've seen how they trap the birds. Understand? Like this, they will put a stick and hang it between the trees. That's all. You'll be surprised. How can this trap a bird? Understand? When this is hanging, the bird will come and sit here. Bird will come and sit here. When it sits, just because of its own weight, what will happen? it will become like this. It will become topsy-turvy, upside down. This poor bird, it starts thinking, if it leaves, if it relaxes, it will fall and die. I have seen for hours the bird will be hanging. The poor guy will be fluttering, will be trying its best, shaking the wings, but he will be hanging, thinking if he relaxes, if he lets go, he will fall and break his head and die. Have you heard any time a bird falling and breaking his head and dying? No. Fool does not know if he lets go, he can just fly. He can be liberated. Understand? I have seen the bird will be hanging. This hunter fellow will slowly come after 2-3 hours. He will come and just pick up that bird and put it in the cage. How that foolish bird is thinking, if it lets go, he will fall and die. Same way we have the fear. If we let go our mind, if we unclutch, we will fall and our life will become mess. We will disappear. Understand? There is no history, there is no record. The bird which let go, which opened up, has fallen and died. Same way, there is no record. A person who was unclutched has lost something in his life. Just like how that bird, one more thing, that bird feels that stick is a security. It hangs on to it. But poor guy, the hunter comes, not only he loses the stick which he thinks as security, he is eternally prisoned. Same way, what you think as security, your mind and life, if you hold on to it, what happens? Yama is the hunter, death is the hunter. When he comes, not only what you think as security will be lost, eternally put to the death, lost the truth. Understand? Just like that bird, in a very foolish way, we are hanging on to the stick, the mind, with the fear. If we let go, what will happen? What will happen? What will happen? Sometime I have seen some birds which are flying, they will come and poke this bird and tell, hey, let go. I had the same problem. When I relaxed, I just started flying. All it takes is just 2-3 minutes to balance. See, the bird will be topsy-turvy. When it leaves, maybe 2 seconds it will start falling and it will just turn and start flying. That 2-3 second chaos, courageously facing the 2-3 second chaos is what I call tapas. When you unclutch, there will be some revolution in your life, day-to-day thinking, decision making, in your daily routine, in your lifestyle. Courageously going through that revolution, going through the transformation which happens in you is what I call tapas. Understand? Rarely the bird which was stuck like this in the trap but had courage and let go, opened up, it comes back and says, tells the bird which is hanging, hey, let go, relax, listen. I was like you. When I opened up, I never fell and broken my head or died. I only became liberated. I only became free bird. Come on. Understand? If the bird lets go, if the bird relaxes, it will be enjoying its freedom. Same way, if you let go, you will become Paramahamsa. You will become Paramahamsa. Let me tell you, I was hanging. Now, just because I have seen this in my experience, let me tell you, with that courage, with that authenticity, with that truth, with that satya, Please understand, when it comes from the experienced inner space, even if your logic is fighting, don't bother, you will have that experience. When it comes from the truth, it will reach your true self and being. All you need to do, just let go. You will become Paramahamsa. You will become Paramahamsa. Let you live enlightenment. Life lived in an unclutched way is what I call living enlightenment. Let me express a main word, key word. I can call this word as Mahavagya. Mahavakya, the word which you need to completely understand. Maybe modern day Mahavakya. The word is unclutched. Be unclutched. That is the Mahavakya. Now, let us try to analyze, understand and internalize this one truth, one Mahavakya. We have beautiful different Mahavakyas in Vedic tradition. Aham Brahmasmi, Tattvamasi. So many wonderful Mahavakyas. Ayamanma Brahma, Prajnanam Brahmam, Sarvangalvidam Brahmam. These are all different Mahavakyas. Be unclutched. What do I mean by the word? Being unclutched. Let me try to explain it with a simple diagram. How continuously our mind is working and how we are clutching, connecting and creating a life or suffering. How we are creating the ignorance or depression. Let me describe. Then you will be able to understand what do I mean by the word unclutching. Please come back if you have changed the channel in between. Now it is time. We enter into the Satya, the truth. The real experience of Atato Brahma Jignasat happening. Means let us inquire into the reality and have courage to go into the experience wherever the reality leads. How our mind works, how we create thoughts and how we give meaning to it and how we experience life. A simple diagram. I'll try to explain. For example, the thoughts are happening in your system. These are all different thoughts. I'm just trying to give kind of a diagram. Different shape, different size, different length or different width, different kinds of thoughts. Sometimes thought is about some joyful experience which you had. Sometimes some suffering which you had. or sometimes some guilt thoughts, or sometimes again some joyful memories, sometimes some painful memories, then again some depressing memories, sometimes again then some suffering, different thoughts. If you just do a simple experiment, just for 5 minutes, if you write whatever comes without editing, as it is, whatever goes inside without editing, as it is, and read that page again, suddenly you will realize you are nothing but a bunch of unconnected, independent, illogical, unclutched thoughts. Please understand. The thinking flow which is happening inside you is not logically connected. For example, if you see a dog in the street, suddenly you will remember the dogs which you have seen when you were a child, or the dogs about which you used to be afraid. You are frightened. Then you will remember your childhood days. Then you will remember the teacher under whom you studied.